Rob, can you pull up Larry Ellison's clip? Larry Ellison comes out and is giving a talk right in front of the president about vaccines that are there to possibly cure cancer. And I'll let him explain to you. You have to realize Larry Ellison is one of the most low-key, BMF, brilliant mentors to a lot of people that are front, face forward. You see them all the time. This is the guy that he is on a lot of people's ears. And so when he speaks, the right people listen. But I'm curious to know your thoughts on this. Tom, Vinny, Adam will come to you. Go ahead and play this clip, Rob.
We gene sequence. Once we gene sequence that cancer tumor, you can then vaccinate the person, design a vaccine for every individual person to vaccinate them against that cancer. And you can make that vaccine, that mRNA vaccine, you can make that robotically, again, using AI in about 48 hours. So imagine early cancer detection, the development of a cancer vaccine for your particular cancer aimed at you, and have that vaccine available in 48 hours. This is the promise of AI and the promise of the future.
Tom, thoughts?
I think this is the exciting part of AI. What he's talking about is gene sequencing, where you can get in and you can understand all of the gene sequencing that you have and find out what you don't have. And, I'll describe it to people. If you've ever known someone that had a lot of bad allergies, Vinny, you've ever known anybody that had a lot of bad allergies?
Yeah.
And did they ever tell you that they had to go to an allergist and they lay down on the table and on their back?
Prick them a bunch of times?
Yeah, they do that. Yeah, they just little pricks, and there's like 10 of them in a row. And they said, oh, number 7, number 8, and number 9. Fins, furs, and feathers. You can't have any pets, right? And they tell you what it is. Well, that's the old manual way. And then I remember 1978, I believe it was 78. I was in high school, and I remember seeing, we saw what a DNA looked like, the helix for the first time, and understood that how all these things attach together, and we had figured it out. Well, now with AI, we can break these puzzles, and we can go take a look at a cancerous tumor and say, aha, this is what you do. This is how you replicate yourself. So you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to give this person a customized, basically, prescription so that the tumor can't grow. And so, and what he's talking about in 48 hours, he's talking about the incredible computational power, of AI coming to the incredible ultra microscopic, size and complexity of cancerous tumors. And so I think, Larry gave a vision statement, and he's giving a vision statement when he's talking about AI, what it could do for all of us. And so, there's a lot of testing and a lot of things have to happen, but what he's pointing out is the vision for what this project could do. And I think it's pretty exciting.
Not a lot of people are supportive of it. Vinny, how do you feel about this?
First of all, this is another tech guy talking to us about vaccines, and what have we learned so far about that? The first mRNA shots have been linked. These are facts to massive spike in what, Tom? Turbo cancer and SADS, sudden arrhythmic death syndrome. And now we're being told that AI combined with this mRNA is suddenly going to cure cancer and create personalized vaccines. I mean, call me crazy, but does that sound like a coincidence? Some people might say that. But I think if there's ever a miracle cure for cancer, they shouldn't be trying to make it a business and all that stuff. It should be given out to everybody for free. But the ugly truth, Pat, that nobody wants to talk about, there is a huge crisis right now for all-cause mortalities in the United States for deaths. And the age range, Robbie, I think, if I'm not mistaken, it's the younger working class age range. It's up 40%. Strokes, heart attacks, cancers, and I looked this up, the global oncology, the cancer treatment market, the global oncology market encompassing cancer treatments and medications, it's substantial and continues to grow. In 2023, the market was valued at approximately US dollars, $201 billion, and is projected to reach, guess what, by 2032? $518 billion. This is big business, Pat. And I was on X yesterday. I saw this on NBC. This is Dr. Gottlieb. I don't know who the other guy is, Pat, but he's asking him about his friends and everybody's getting sick and everything. And look at this guy's response. Go ahead, Rob.
On a serious note, I tweeted this out. A friend of mine, and if you're watching, I love you, diagnosed stage 3 breast cancer yesterday. Okay. Close family members of mine have had it. Another buddy of mine just had a stroke. He's nonverbal now. Buddy of mine was in a hospital for 3 days, just got out yesterday or 2 days ago, RSV pneumonia. I know I'm getting older. I know we're all getting older. Is it just me or is everybody sick? Like the level of RSV, pneumonia, all this stuff going around, strokes, breast cancer. New York Times did a story on breast cancer spiking. Doctor, can you give us an answer as to why? Because you know where I'm going with this. A lot of people point to COVID and maybe even the COVID vaccine because they don't know. What is it?
Yeah, look, we don't know is the answer. Some cancers are going up. You're right. Colon cancer in particular, the incidence has been going up, particularly in young
under
people.
30, yep.
Under 30 years
so
old.
we don't understand that. Some people believe it's related to changes in the U.S. diet. As far as the infectious disease that's going around, we have had a difficult season with flu, with COVID, with RSV. Those rates look like they're coming down across most of the country.
So what I'm saying is, I mean, it sounds like a good idea. I mean, and again, he's a tech guy. I'm not a big fan of anybody with tech talking about more of this. And Robert Malone, on the way here, I was listening to it, Pat. He's anti all of this. Robert Malone, the guy that was silenced throughout COVID, he's like, this guy has no idea what he's talking about. I think this is it.
Kind of dumb, outdated approach. Oh, we're just going to grab the cells. Yeah, that's been known for years, circulating tumor cells. We're going to grab those. Well, that's a problem. That's actually not so easy to do by flow cytometry even. But we're going to grab them and we're going to sequence them. And then within 48 hours, we're going to apply a magic AI that's going to generate a cancer vaccine candidate. And then we can make that as an RNA. That is just either a egregiously pitched lie or somebody is advising Larry Ellison that doesn't know what the heck.
Well, this sounds like Elizabeth Holmes 2.0.
Doesn't know what they're talking about.
You can pause that, Rob. Okay, Adam, how do you feel about it? Because I got some thoughts here.
So, two things. One thing that we didn't have during COVID was genuine, honest debates between people who were pro-vaccine and maybe not so much pro-vaccine, right? So the closest thing we saw to it was when Rand Paul was grilling Anthony Fauci in front of Congress. So the fact that we didn't even have the ability to have a conversation, the fact that we didn't have the ability to have a debate, the fact that two opposing sides weren't able to sit down and be like, well, these are the pros and cons, but have you thought about this? No, what about that? You're wrong here. This could be right. That led to basically everyone being force-fed to take this. And then you being shamed, you being mandated. How many people lost their jobs? How many companies closed down? Because certain people in the government said, you have to do this. Mandates are no good. Now, as far as Larry Ellison goes, this guy is a freaking G. Now, I didn't associate him with vaccines or anything with healthcare. By the way, do you know how old Larry Ellison is? Can you show an image of this guy real quick?
78?
Take a look at this guy, Vinny. Just quick,
yeah.
What's his age?
78.
That guy's 80 years old. He's basically the same age as Biden. Are you kidding me?
Yeah, it's
2 years younger than Biden. This guy is tan, lean, and mean, and he's the, I think, 5th richest person in the world, depending on the day. Everyone says, oh, who are the top 10 richest people in the world? Everyone knows Musk. Everyone knows Bezos. Everyone knows Buffett. Everyone knows Zuck. How many people know that Larry Ellison is the OG of Silicon Valley? Did you know that?
I didn't know.
Okay,
he was
there
top
you
5.
go, bingo. So here's a guy. I've actually studied this guy. What made me to begin to study this guy is when Pat mentioned that he was sort of the guy that mentored Elon Musk. And when Musk and Zuck and Bezos were having beef, you sort of alluded to him as like the OG. Remember when they signed the that beautiful document called the Declaration of Independence? Who was the OG in that crew? All right, it wasn't John Hancock. It wasn't George Washington. It wasn't any of those guys. It was Ben Franklin. Ben Franklin was that dude. Larry Ellison is the Ben Franklin of Silicon Valley. This guy's worth $200 billion. Everyone respects him. Here's a guy who was adopted. I think he grew up in New York, dropped out of college twice, self-made billionaire, and look at him now. So this guy has carries major weight.
So you're saying this, he's got credibility. I think the point
beyond
you made,
credibility.
So let's go through it here. Vinny, did you ever take a flu shot? Independently post-military?
Independently post-military? No, I turned it down.
Have you ever taken any shots post-military?
No.
None?
No.
Okay. Tom, have you ever taken a flu shot?
I took flu shots once or twice when the companies I was working for offered it. Hey, get your flu shot.
As a
And-
choice, though.
as a choice. But then I stopped. I read about flu shots, and it's like I remember
Tom,
when
it's just yes. I'm just getting to a point here. I'm not.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
only a couple
Okay,
times
Adam.
early in my career. Not
Yeah, when I
forced.
was a kid, I took a flu shot. yes.
Okay. So, but as an adult, did you ever take a flu shot?
Not in years, no.
Okay. So, did you ever take any shots as an adult? Did you ever take any shots where you're like, I'm going to go take this shot, I'm going to take this shot independently?
Nope.
Okay. So, guess what's great about this year? If you think about, there's a few frustrating moments about when I'm watching this. Number one, my opinion is I'm okay with this because I have a choice to not take it. Rob made a very good point yesterday while we're talking. I think it was prep, Rob, if we're not, we're
Yes,
going
sir.
through it. And it was like, look, if I have the option, I'm with them. You're right. If I have the choice, because the reason we had a challenge with COVID vaccine was what? It was forced upon you to take. Get the F off my back.
Yep.
My number one reason why I never took the vaccine was because it was forced, it was quick, and we didn't have any research on it. Now, for something like this, and you can sit here and be like, well, what about this and what about that and what about this? Okay, what have we already read about chemotherapy and what chemotherapy does and if it's good, if it's bad, and how much it even makes it worse?
My dad was deteriorated and died like that with
That's the
chemo.
point.
Yeah.
So would it be okay to have different kind of options? Yes. Should we be critical and skeptical about all of it? 100%. Why should we not trust anything new that they're giving us? Why are some people, I don't trust anything new you want to introduce to me. Why? Here's why. Andrew Schultz's clip, Rob, if you have it, I mean, you don't have to play the whole thing, but he makes such a great point when he says, let me get this straight. Fauci's getting a pardon. If you can play this clip, Rob, we don't have to watch the whole thing. Go for it.
But Fauci took the pardon. Fauci could say, I don't want the pardon. I don't think I did anything wrong. But he took the pardon.
I don't blame anybody for taking the pardon.
I do, because now you're guilty. Because there are a lot of people that were on the January 6th committee that were offered a pardon, and they said no. They're like, I did my job. I was supposed to investigate this. I did what I was supposed to do. I don't want the pardon.
If you're Fauci, you're not taking a pardon?
What's in my arm, yo?
What's in your arm, not mine.
That's what I'm saying. What's in my arm, yo? Why are you taking a pardon? What's in my arm, yo?
I don't care.
What's in my arm?
I'm taking that part. I don't give a fuck.
If I put some shit in my arm, you're not allowed to get pardoned.
By the way, you can pause it. FYI, I 100%, but listen, never took the vaccine. Not one. I'm not taking one, not the second. Some took the one, some took all, some were afraid afterwards, some took the, what do you call it, the
Boosters?
first booster, the
9
second, the
boosters.
third, the fourth.
yeah.
All I'm saying to you is, I didn't take any of it, right? But let's talk about the people that did take them. Do you know how upset people are right now that they trusted the government and they took it? And you want to tell me now that guy that said we have to trust the science, not all these other things, and if he is guilty, nothing happens to it? So to the community that doesn't want to hear anything from Larry Ellison, I fully understand and support them, fully. This is what I would do if I was President Trump. My number one job is the following. So when you're 80, how old is Fauci, Rob? Is he 81, 82? He's something like that, right?
He's
in
right
his
in that
early
early
80s.
80s, yes. You can double
Okay,
fact check.
so when you're 84 years old, okay, what matters at 84 years old? Does wealth
Staying
matter at 84
alive.
years old?
Like his legacy
No.
and his health.
I mean, if you have enough money coming in for you to pay your bills and live a decent life and go see your doctor and you have the medicine and you have a nice place and you see your grandkids, how much more money do you need at 84 years old? He's fine, right?
good.
Okay. If you've given 50 years of your life to a job, what matters at 84 years old? That your kids want to see you, that your grandkids want to see you, and if you've busted your ass in an industry, what's more painful? Going to court, being sued, going to jail, or everybody finding out after heavy-duty research that you lied, that you were a POS, that you abused, that you used your powers to make money for certain people? What happens if that is finally exposed? No, he never goes to jail. No, you follow the pardon. But that doesn't mean you can't investigate and do a Twitter files type of thing that they did years ago and find out and call it the COVID files.
Yeah.
Let's find out the NIH files. Let's do the CDC files. He just cut the funding, the $350 million a year to World Health Organization. Guess what? We're going the right direction. I think if the president is able to get, RFK or somebody to finally expose a lot of people's questions. What the hell happened with this? And those questions are answered. Then people will be receptive to the idea of an optional thing coming up with, what do you call it? With
the vaccines.
The vaccine. Now, I want to play this clip, Rob. If you can play this clip with Larry Ellison about surveillance, you have to know that these minds, it's going to a different direction that you just have to stay skeptical about. Here's this clip. Go for it, Rob.
Will be on their best behavior because we're constantly watching and recording everything that's going on. Citizens will be on their best behavior because we're constantly recording and reporting everything that's going on. And it's unimpeachable. The cars have cameras on them. I think we have a squad car here someplace. But those kind of applications using AI, if we can use AI, and we're using AI to monitor the video. So if that altercation that occurred in Memphis, the chief of police would be immediately notified. It's not people that are looking at those cameras. It's AI that's looking at the cameras. No. You can't do this. It would be like a shooting. That's going to be an event that's immediately, an alarm is going to go off. It's going to be, and we're going to have supervision. In other words, every police officer is going to be supervised at all times. And the supervision will, and if there's a problem,
right there.
AI will report the problem.
So you see where this is going as well, right? Yeah. By the way, somebody may watch. I can make the argument for both sides. You can as well, by the way. Mm-hmm. Do you understand what I'm saying?
Oh yeah.
Like, make the argument why this is good.
If I'm dying
surveillance, make the argument why you want cameras everywhere where all citizens are being watched. Cars are watching everything you're doing. The cars you buy are watching everything that you're saying.
Make the argument for it.
Make the argument like cops are being. Make the argument for every single behavior you're doing is being watched.
It's accountability, it's safety, it's security, and it's making everybody feel. And this is the argument because I don't believe in it, but just making everybody safe and secure. Nobody can get away with anything, and everybody's monitored all the time. It's safety blanket.
Now make the argument against.
I'll help you out with that one if you don't mind.
Anybody?
Okay. Against it, go.
It's a complete invasion all over again. This is George Orwellian Big Brother watching you at all times.
It's a complete invasion of privacy, and you're only one step away from someone who decides what's right and what's wrong on a moral, ethical basis. And so now they like, you know what? All you people that are left-handed, you shouldn't be left-handed. You should only be right-handed. You shouldn't do that. Or what did you do that? Did you just spit on the sidewalk? And it says, yeah, a mosquito flew in my mouth and I spit on the sidewalk. We're not supposed to spit on the sidewalk. Suddenly you get into all that micro management, number one. And number two, then it's, well, now who decides what's right and what's wrong?
Guys, if you're somebody that's a business person, an executive, somebody that wears French you wear, what do you call it? Cufflinks, and you wear nice shirts, nice suits. A lot of people have been asking about it. We finally have it. Last week you saw Vinny in D.C. dressed. When Vinny puts his three-piece, money. When he looks like somebody running for office. We just got limited supply of these cufflinks with Valuetainment logo on it. You have a choice to go with the silver and black, or you have a choice to go with the silver and red with the Valuetainment logo on it. It's the set with the cufflinks as well as the, what do you call it? The tie bar. That's on it as well, combined together with Future. You open it up, it says Future Looks Bright and Valuetainment logo on top of it. For those of you that wear suits and you wear quality shirts and you want some cufflinks, go add this to your collection. We may not do this continuously in the future, but it may be something you might want to add. And if more support is for this, we will consider adding more of these different types of things with cufflinks. So go to vtmerch.com, place your order. The first 50 that place the order get the coffee mug, Future Looks Bright, with the American flag and the 4547 stickers that we made, the limited edition stickers that we made that we'll send to you as well. If you enjoyed this video, you want to watch more videos like this, click here. And if you want to watch the entire podcast, click here.